Okay, we are here with a very special guest. Someone I'm highly inspired by. He took a narrative, jumped in front of it, controlled it with nothing but good intentions and all of the great energy he was rewarded for that action. He takes back to the community. I am here with the legend, Mr. Mark Choppa.
Go ahead, brother, man.
No, I had to do all that. I had to
appreciate all that, man.
Because I know
Yeah.
I know that it was like instinctive and more so like a following how this came about.
Yeah.
But from the outside looking in, people like us don't get the chance to be positive figures in our community or anyone's community.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I'll tell you one thing. That was one hell of an intro, though.
No, for sure, for sure.
And you kind of nailed it, you know.
It was needed.
Yeah. So
it was needed. We just had a comedian in here. You just watched me for an hour crack jokes. I'm not cracking no jokes with Mark Choppa. No way. Because I need to. I'm taking this as an opportunity to like soak up the knowledge of how this came about. And there's another guy. You know Derek Grace.
Yeah.
You see how he changed his narrative.
Yeah.
And it's like that's bold because there's a lot of people that would want to, but they would still have one foot in, one foot out.
Yeah. Me coming up on the as gun enthusiast, he's definitely showed love and support for what I'm doing. He actually sent his son and his father to one of my Choppa community events where we educating the community on firearm awareness and safety. And he also brought me out to Orlando, and and he nominated me as one of the top 3 most black influencer, two-way influencer. So he's been nothing but supportive, and his big respect to that brother, because I watched him before I started doing my thing.
Right. So for the people who are watching this that's never seen you, have no idea what the hell we're talking about.
Yeah.
Who are you? What do you do? Where are you from?
My name is Mark Choppa. I'm a community activist. I'm a gun enthusiast. I am a man of the people. You know, I'm in the community every day, changing the narrative. I'm educating the people. I'm mentoring the young brothers and sisters, trying to implement change every day through education and through love, I'm from Washington, D.C. Also, I'm from PG. I'm from the DMV. I've been all through here. I even been in Baltimore. I'm in Baltimore right now. So this is home for me. So
no, that's what's up. And we actually met at my brother's video shoot, Bob Almighty. He shot his front porch music video once it hit 1 million streams. And when he told me you were pulling up, I was so surprised. I'm like, oh, you hit him up, he hit you back? He was like, nah, he hit me up. And I'm like, okay, because like just on social media, that's a character, right? Now it's a character that doesn't stand for I'm killing everything. I mean, it stands for haha, look at me. I have mastered this legal, I wouldn't even say loophole, just this legal industry or how to do this legally. So when you came and you were by yourself, I believe.
Oh yeah, I'm always by myself. When I ain't
super calm. Yeah. And then he even asked you to act in the video, and you was down.
Yeah, for sure, man.
And
for
I'm
one,
like, I was bro, like
the song he did went crazy viral. Yeah. And I actually did a video to a song.
Word.
Yeah, I did a video to a song. Just want to show him love. I do that a lot. When I see up and coming artists or influencers, and I try to extend my hand out. Because I'm more all about uplifting. Us.
For sure.
Everything I do has a message. I make relatable content to bring in the youth, and I put hidden messages, not even hidden, wide open messages that where they can relate to and they can understand it.
For sure. And so when I met you at the video shoot, I realized like, okay, based on how I read people, this is a very smart, very focused, but actually like kind and genuine human being. Like this is someone who can see someone like Bob Almighty and be like, I respect what you're doing. And if someone was to take the character you put out and be like, man, he don't give a fuck about no Bob Almighty, but you posted the video, you wanted to see him do good, and you wanted to show love on top of that.
Oh yeah, that's good. That's what it's about.
Exactly.
I think when most people get platforms and they forget about the little people. They forget about the community. And I just. Once I built a name and a platform, I got 300,000 subs on YouTube. Damn. Once I built doing numbers, I'm doing numbers. I can put out what I want to. I don't have, like you said, I'm not no puppet.
Right.
I put out what I want to, and I put out content that's going to uplift and empower black people.
Right, and
that's just what it is.
Exactly. And I've been following you, and I wouldn't say in like learning from or absorbing, because I'm not in that industry, right?
Yeah.
But I've been appreciating and enjoying your content for 2 years, right? Yeah. The jokes, the music, like I've never looked at you like a rapper, but I see you doing certain things that someone like me as a spectator can enjoy.
Yeah.
One thing I've never peeped from this, like a bunch of different things I peeped from it. One thing I never peeped is you enjoy killing or you want violence.
No,
if
absolutely
anything,
not.
There's been like pieces of content that tell me it's the complete opposite.
Yep.
But have you ever been in a situation where you've had to use your skills?
You know I've been in a situation. You're a smart brother. If you want to know about my homicide, justified homicide, just say that.
I just didn't want them to think that I enjoyed that one.
No, well, I'll definitely have no issues with talking about it. You know, it's been since 2018. You know, when that happened, November 14th was
in 2018.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Wow.
Mm-hmm. When that happened, so that was about 4 or 5 years ago. And November 14th, which was my wife's birthday.
Damn.
So a lot of people don't know that. You know, it was actually me coming after having a seafood dinner with my wife. You know, I'm dropping her off, going to go check on my team, because I had contracts all throughout the District of Columbia. You know, I had guys working at different clubs. They was doing executive protection with different artists, and this particular crew was down on U Street. 8th in Florida. They was providing protection for a pop-up shop. So I went to go check on them. You know, everything seemed fine. And I'm coming out. I'm literally going to walk to my car and head back home. Remember, it's my wife's birthday. I'm out of there.
And this is 2018, so you probably still had like a good following. Like people knew who you were.
People knew who I was on the street. I wasn't on the internet.
Okay.
2018, I wasn't on it, and I just posted my business. I just posted, you know, my Choppa as the bodyguard.
Right.
You know, this is my security team. Like, it was, if you go back, you will see nothing but, you know, Manly Protective Services, and that's what the services we provide was, you know, elite protection. We did a lot of executive protection with different rappers and what we would call high profile clients.
Right.
You know, that's what we've done.
So if anyone knew you at this point in time, it's strictly through the business.
It was strictly
not because
through the
of social media.
No.
Okay, so you guys leave the dinner.
Yeah, we leave the dinner. I go check on the guys. Guys are fine. Everything's good. I'm walking to my car. As I'm walking to my car, I see a vendor, a cannabis vendor, leaving out. He's walking to his car where he has his security with him and he has his assistant with him. I said, okay, let me just keep an eye on them, make sure they get to their car because I'm out here already. All right?
Okay.
It was literally a decision that I made.
So you see them and immediately decide, okay, you guys are trying to protect something. Let me just make sure you can achieve that goal.
Yep.
Okay.
And because it will all fall on me. It fall on my name.
Right.
Remember, this is a brand I built for 10 years. I've been doing bodyguard work since I was 16 years old.
Right.
So I took it very seriously. It's how I fed my family, and I had 20, 30 guys under me. This is how they fed their family. So this isn't something I took lightly, you know. So that was in my mind. I remember thinking that. That was the reason why I stood around and watched them.
Because you
said, this is on me.
Yeah, okay.
So I said, this is on me. Let me make sure they get there. So they walking across the street. I see a black truck pull up, skirt, just like that. And this is on U Street, all right? Everybody hops out, all 4 doors open, boom, simultaneously. Ski masks, guns in their hands, and they go right at them, all right? One of the guys pointed a gun at me. The security guard, his bodyguard, ran up the street. I'll never forget it, all right? You ran up the street. So
you know who you are.
You know who you are.
Bitch ass nigga.
The assistant was literally running around the car. I don't know. It was so chaotic. All right. He had the vendor. Had the vendor at gunpoint. He had me on gunpoint. And he telling me get down on the ground. Like, it took me like a split second Like things slowed up for me, so I had to make a decision. You know, fight or flight. Mm-hmm. And first thing in my mind, I said, well, I ain't definitely ain't getting on the ground. You know what I mean? That's just,
you weren't even thinking, let me play stupid, and then when I get down there, shoot up or nothing.
Nope, I ain't had time for that. It was just go time.
How long had you been training before, like day one of training and this day?
Well, I've been active since I was 15 years old.
So you was ready. Okay.
I've been active.
Yeah.
This, and you know, I've been active, bro.
For sure.
So I just pulled out and started firing. Why he had the gun on me? So I was fine and moving. Start moving and fine. Boom, boom, boom. Yeah, I'm hearing. I can hear the
other shots.
The other shots flying past me. But the other guys, they up the street.
Everyone's just
gone, retreating.
And you're the only one in fight.
I'm the only one in fight.
Did you know? Now, I know when you read people quickly, it's a lot that you read in like 5 seconds. When you saw, all right, dispensary vendor, you have security, this ain't it. If anything happens, you niggas is gonna run. Let me be the one just in case.
You ever seen The Equalizer? Yeah. I could tell you exactly what happened, who went where, you know, and it was just like that. And exactly where I was going to fire, who I was going to fire.
Yeah.
Of course, the first person that had their gun on me, I had to eliminate the threat immediately because I was in harm's way. One trigger pull, I wouldn't be here today. You know, so that situation was a very, you know, I could have made a split decision, wrong decision.
Yeah, and everything would have changed for multiple people. What happens next?
My boy come outside. They're gone. Everyone's gone.
Yeah.
All right. My boy come outside with a shotgun. I ain't gonna say his name. I was like, Mark, you good? I'm like, man, I'm good. You know, like I ain't get back inside. You know, I got this. Everything good. Then another one of my guys that work under me, they came outside. You know, I'm like, come on, Bobby. You know what I'm saying? Just make sure everything clears. So I had to clear the perimeter.
Yeah. And
in my mind, you know, I'm like I said, I'm from the area. I'm just a young black kid, one young black man, that wasn't knowledgeable of self-defense laws, wasn't, you know, educated on firearm laws. So my first thought was, I'm out of here. I'm gone. You know,
right?
I'm out of here. I'm gone.
Right.
So.
Because you know what you just did, but you know why you did it. So you're okay that you did it.
Yep.
But now it's the aftermath, adrenaline comes down. You're like, damn, bro.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
I just fucked myself up to help them.
So I didn't leave immediately. I got off that particular scene, but I got in my car and I pulled around the corner, you know, because my guys were still inside. So I had to make sure they was all good. And they called me. They're like, nah, you need to go. Right. So I went right to my this bar called Elroy's right on 8th Street. Mm-hmm. I hung out there. Of course, I got pretty drunk, you know. I ain't gonna lie to you because it was like.
Were you shook?
It was saying, nah, I wasn't shook because, you know, it wasn't my first rodeo, to be honest with you.
Got you.
You know, it was just like, it was on U Street. It was cameras everywhere. And I knew that I had a family. I had to make sure that was straight, and I had got a whole team. So I had the team meet me at the bar, so we can come up with plans. Who's going to handle what, you know, who's going to be in charge of what. Because I'm a great step. So
if anything, you've just evaluated everything you just said, and you're like, all right, let me not go too far to make it look crazy. Yeah. But I know what's coming, so let's prepare.
Yeah, prepare.
In the bar.
I prepared the guy.
You take some shots while we prepare for what's coming.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
It was definitely preparation going on. Because, like I said, my mindset, I had no idea about any self-defense laws in Washington, D.C. So in my mind, I'm cooked. I'm cooked. Yeah. So I'm out of here.
But you know it wasn't a malicious act.
Yeah.
So let's not make it worse by pissing them off by coming to find me. Mm-hmm. But at the same time, let me prepare. Okay.
Yeah. Okay. Let me get to it. So I made everything straight with the guys. I'm getting on the road. First thing I do is call my wife. I'm like, I'm going to my house. That's way deep down south, where no one could find me. So
okay.
So that's what my mindset was.
Yeah.
I get halfway down the road. Mind you, I'm drunk now, and I'm like, man, I ain't going nowhere. For one, you know, I'm tired. You know what I'm saying? I'm tired. So I think I started driving and went to Baltimore. I said, well, I ain't going home. You know, definitely not going home. Not right now. Just
let it cool off a little bit.
Yeah, I got to come up with a plan. I gotta come up with a plan. So I stayed in Baltimore. We had a little clubhouse out there. So I stayed out there for a couple days, and I got my family lawyer. Called my family lawyer. Shout out to Valerio. He's been looking out for me since I was 14 years old. Treated me like a son. To be honest with you, that's how much trouble I was in. He would show up at court cases, and that I couldn't even afford. I wouldn't even call him. He was
before this situation?
Yeah, this was.
Right, we'll
get back to that. Anyway, I called him. He didn't handle DC, so he got in touch with a lawyer named Nikki Lotzi. Bulldog. She's a fierce woman, and she was a straight bulldog. So I went to go see her, and she like, what you're telling me is true. You have nothing to worry about.
If she's a bulldog, she's happy that she can flex her muscle.
And she
for the
did.
right one.
And she did.
She
definitely did.
For sure.
Because it was all on camera. She had her own investigators. They went to go get tape. Cool. And everything I said checked out. I'm like, these dudes hopped out on ski masks and guns.
And this wasn't even my beef. Like, facts. Okay.
So I dealt with all that. It's a long story, I don't know how much time we got, but
how much time we got, Mike?
17.
We good.
Okay, all right. Well, I'm gonna make it short. All right. Originally, she was like, you don't got nothing to worry about. Talk to the prosecutors. They not filing any charges. I'm like, all right, bet. So I'm walking around chest out, like.
Okay.
I need to go get my gun license now. I went to go to the courthouse, chest out, head high. Like I'm here to register a firearm. I went to go to the Fred's outdoors and went to go buy a firearm. They sent it to DC. I went to go do the paperwork, fingerprints, and everything.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm waiting for a call. I get a phone call. They say,
we
Mr.
see the
Manley,
fingerprints, nigga.
Mr. Manley, your paperwork is ready. You can pick up your firearm. I hang up the phone. I look at my boy J2 Funny. He could vouch for this story. Said they about to set me up. I need you to roll with me,
bro.
I said it's time to face the music. I said, man, I'm tired of moving. I don't like moving. One thing about me, I don't like moving. I gotta somebody looking over my shoulder.
So when you had the gut feeling, all right, she just said this, and you looked at your man like they about to set me up.
I said, come on, I need you to roll with me. Made sure my car was completely clean, because I'm telling you, I knew I was 10 steps ahead of them.
Yeah,
I was 10 steps ahead of them. They did exactly what I knew they was going to do. Took him to go to MPD. All right, I'm Mark Manley. I'm here to pick up my firearm. I said, okay, you take a seat. I get bum rushed by 20 officers. They bum rush me, and guess the first thing they do? Go to my car.
Because this nigga's big strapped. We saw him shooting. This nigga hooked up the car like Denzel Washington. Shot 5-6 niggas. Rolled over the car. Took 4 bullets and still stayed and went to the bar to get drunk.
That thing was that car was clean. I mean, you couldn't find a piece of lint.
The lights and every light in the car works.
Because I knew that was their move.
Right.
They wanted to try to catch me off guard.
So why did you go if you knew that was their move?
Because I told you I was ready to face the music. I wanted to move forward. I didn't want to be stagnant.
So in your mind, now we'll get to the past before, but I'm just assuming based on everything you told me, this shit's gonna go down. You're ready to face the music.
Yeah.
If I was in your situation, knowing what I've been through with the legal situation, even if I know I just saved an old lady and her nigga, fuck that music, because that's the bridges. Once the chorus hits, nigga, it's just gonna flip reverse. Honesty in that realm isn't viable. It doesn't work.
One thing I don't play with the feds. They could have kicked in my mama's house. They could have kicked in my house. Could have kicked in the door.
If they couldn't find you and they needed you, type shit. Because it's an M. There's nothing to play with. It isn't like
it's
they found some work.
It wasn't nothing. It wasn't nothing to play with.
They will do all of the above.
They would have done it. Trust me. They would have definitely done it.
For sure.
So that's why I did that. Right. I got children. I got my babies. They live with me.
You're 10 kids, right?
I got.
Right?
I got 5 kids. 4 girls, 1 boy.
Okay. Mm-hmm. So the nigga I met, you probably don't know he's your son yet. All right, keep going.
Go ahead. Yeah, but so I dealt with that. They locked me up and went to court. It was an old white judge. I said, well, you might as well send me back in in the back because I know I ain't going home.
Yeah, yeah.
So I stayed. I was in jail for another few more days. Got out there. I go see the judge, and it was a young black woman. And I said,
that always saves us.
I said, I'm going home. Because she going to be able to see, you know, well, she going to be able to see right from wrong. You know, she going to be able to see clearly without being prejudice. Yeah. Without being prejudiced, you know, and really look at my case. And my lawyer got in there and she went off. She went off so bad, you know, the judge was like, okay, that's enough. Your client's going home. You know,
it's like, stop making us look bad, bro. Yeah, like, we get it.
Yeah, she literally
if you don't
said,
let him home, I'll tell him what you did last week. It's like,
it was crazy. It was a movie.
Yeah, no,
it was a movie because she was like, did you see the footage? It was 4 men with ski masks and guns. Thank God Mr. Manley had a gun.
For sure.
Thank God he had a gun.
If your lawyer's fighting for you and they're going by the book and they're trying to hold their composure in court, you cooked. You need the ones that are passionate about the result.
She was passionate.
Like certain lawyers, nigga, that's bullshit. It's like, whoa, and this is why. And then once they explain why, no one cares about the fact they just cussed in court because they're that nice and that passionate about what they're fighting for. Yeah, those are the lawyers you need.
Yeah, for sure. But yeah, the whole courtroom went crazy. It was a big deal. You know, it was like all over papers and stuff. Like, you know, so it was a lot of people I didn't even know that was in there that was clapping and crying. Yeah, I'm like, on your I'm looking out there. Yeah, I'm looking out. I'm like, oh, man.
So how long did you sit for?
I only sat for like a week. You know, yeah. I was out. She got me out. I went to go see that second judge because in DC you go see a judge like maybe the day or two, and then you go see another judge for like 2 or 3 more days. Yeah. You know, so.
And I'm sure you had no bail.
Huh?
You had no bail?
DC don't do bail.
Huh?
Yeah, DC don't do bail. They gotta find probable cause, you know, to keep you.
Damn.
Yeah.
You know, well, that's irrelevant. Okay, so you go through all that, everything's cool, and you come home, and then, like you said, but during all this, you still haven't even been eligible to get a registered firearm.
Well, after I went through that.
That was your turning point?
That was my turning point. That's it.
So, and you might not even realize this in the moment, I went through this so I could teach a whole bunch of people that they don't have to go through that. Is that why the turning point happened?
That is it, right there.
Okay.
Because I had, for one, growing up in the DMV, no one's ever educated me on firearms. We didn't have instructors like my brother right there. You know, we didn't have brothers that we can relate to, you know, that's actually going to sit down and teach you, okay, this is what you need to do to get your permits. I never even knew what a permit was, bro. Right. You know, growing up, my mother ain't let me even play with water guns. You know, I got guns off the street.
Meanwhile, what you've been doing has made him so confident to give his children plastic guns at least. Yeah, because he now knows I have the education. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? I'm in position to teach them right. You see, and that's the nepotism.
My children are educated, highly educated on firearms, safety, and awareness. They understand the responsibility and the power that comes with handling a firearm. So, you know, and it makes me proud because growing up, it's like, you know, other communities, they're hunting, they're fishing, they're learning survival skills, and we have been so far behind all these years. And myself, growing up, I just feel like I wish I had this. You know, I could have, you know, well, I don't want to say that. I don't have any regret because I wouldn't be who I am today.
Yeah, no,
you know,
for sure.
But
all of those hardships seem way worth it when you look in the mirror today, right?
I don't want my children to be uneducated or ignorant because I was ignorant. I was an ignorant nigga. That's what it is. What's up, brother?
No, keep going.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I was an ignorant nigga. You know, I educated myself after that situation. I said, okay, I'm gonna educate the people. Like, I'm going to educate my brothers. None of my brothers was legally strapped. They all legally strapped. My mama wasn't legally strapped. My mama has a concealed carry permit. I got my stepfather. I got his firearm rights back. Now he's legally strapped. So the whole family is legally strapped now. You can't take that away from us.
That's powerful.
So
that's powerful.
You know, and my homies I grew up with, getting them straight. You know, and these dudes that's been ignorant right along with me. You know, I'm from rough neighborhoods. You know, so a lot of my dudes have been locked up or they dead.
And I used to hear that growing up. And I'm like, oh, hey, you don't know what you're talking about. Now I'm saying it. You know. Now I could name
no,
10.
Don't downplay it.
Yeah.
Now you know in real life.
Right.
Damn, now I'm saying it.
Yeah.
But to social media, he's making fun of the fact that he's saying it now. Because I saw that clip where it was like, man, dealing with young niggas in the streets, this is what it's like. And it's like, you're kind of like finding jest and finding humor in the fact that you are the older head trying to guide them in the right direction.
Yeah, you got it. Yeah.
But if you were a 37-year-old white dude in a polo, khaki jeans, and cowboy boots talking about I can expunge your record and get you guns, no one's trusting you. And if anyone does and follows you and you do them righteous, everyone in the community is you gonna follow that nigga like this on third. That's why I was telling you, like Derek Grace, to me, he taught me, go for financial education with your face tats, nigga. Because if you check off these boxes, you can still go on Wall Street. Go get your Series 7, nigga. Go on Wall Street with your face tats and your dreads. So it's like, all right, you did it. You made 11 million during the pandemic. Like, all right, I have to listen to you because you look just like me, so I hear everything you're saying, and I actually believe in my heart I'm capable. So it's like what you're doing is like Instructor Jones right here. You didn't make him do it, but I'm sure you gave him the confirmation, like, okay, cool, this can work, because if he can, I know I can, and that's why I started this in the first place. That's why I'm like, bro, everyone's position is so important right now.
So important, bro. I remember when I first started, like, even posting my guns, bro. My mother used to call my brothers, like, you need to talk to your brother. He's lost his mind. The community used to go at me. The community, you can't have all those black folks together wearing guns. Something's gonna happen. We on year 6. We've been bringing thousands of black men and women and children together with firearms, training together as a unit, and we have not had one incident. Not one argument has never occurred at one of our Second Amendment events. So to me, that says a lot. You know, it says that we can do whatever we put our minds to as people. If we come together, we can do whatever. If we come together,
for sure.
You know,
and I think there was like a 3-generational gap where intentionally that concept was lost. I believe we're the first generation that are starting to re-believe it. And the last time that we came together, we created a movement so powerful that a black person was never going to be homeless, never going to be hungry or without. And it threatened the agenda of some people who didn't want that. It took them 30 years to end that. If there's some niggas over here you don't like and you really want to strategically get them gone, it might take you 3 weeks, 6 months if you're going ham. It took them 30 years to stop us from being organized black men. For whatever reason, I won't get into that. But like now that there's people like yourself, Instructor Jones, Derek Grace, myself, we might just be the ones to plant the seeds for the next ones to have... not even to have to, at least be in position to be like, y'all know this is possible, right? All right, y'all go ahead. You know what I'm saying? So it might be 2 more generations before you want the gun store, you want the range, you want to have the the annual firearm event. It's like in 30 years that might be the only national firearm event that happens nationwide. Based on what we're doing today, it's so possible for that to happen. And let's get some backstory, right? Because I've never done the backstory stuff on you. Was there was Mark ever a fuckboy or a criminal or a robber or a drug dealer? Like, were you ever like knee deep in the wrong lane?
Oh, for sure, man. Like I told you, I grew up in rough neighborhood.
That doesn't mean that you were in control or involved.
Well, I was involved for sure. Like I had old brothers, raised by a single mother. She didn't have much control over us. Right. We got into stuff in the street that we could have lost our lives. Me and all my brothers. One thing that protected me, I will say, was using that aggression and turning it into, being doing executive protection, because I was, I was pretty, aggressive and violent,
So what made you go into executive protection before the firearm stuff, before the social media stuff? Like, what made you get into that? Like, did someone tell you, here's 100 bands, protect me and my niggas while we fuck around? Like,
that's exactly how it went down.
Really?
Yeah, I mean, it happened when I was 16. Like, when I say I've been doing it since I was 16, I mean that. I was 16 years old. Somebody ran into my boy house. And the dude was still sticking around like he didn't do it. You know what I mean? And he was like, man, can you handle this for me? I said, give me some money. You know, I'll take care of it for you.
Right.
So I took care of it.
And by taking care of it, you had a nice conversation with the guy.
Very nice conversation for sure. So that's how I started. So I started doing collections. You know, you owe somebody money, I'm coming to get it. I'm taking a nice chunk out of it. I started doing collections. I started doing a lot of things I probably shouldn't.
Let's not get into that. This ain't Vlad TV.
Yeah, but it started off rough, and I was trying to turn it into something positive and legal. I was on my way to be a legitimate business.
You know, I'm defending you niggas' traps, and I'm getting you guys money so well. I could do this for clubs and charge them 10 times more. That's a good seed.
Well, nope. Definitely the traps was paying 10 times more.
Okay.
But I was trying to legitify things, and I was actually right before I was involved in justified homicide. A week before, I put in for my paperwork for a legal security business in the District of Columbia, and I just and it was pending.
Right.
I knew the girl in the security down at the security business. She knew about everything was going on.
Yeah.
She hurried and passed my approved my stuff.
Young boys start sleeping with them COs and them court
I'm telling
assistants.
you, I'm trying to tell you, the girl, right hand of God, she called me. She was like, the FBI called up here. You know, she was telling me about all the, what was going on.
This is after the justified homicide.
This is after the justified homicide.
Okay.
Yeah, after justified homicide, she was letting me know that FBI done called up here for you. They're now let me approve your paperwork. She went ahead. She was going out the door. Like, she found another job opportunity.
So she was just leaking.
She hurried up and signed off my paper, had my stuff approved. So about time they got to court. Yeah, shout out to you. She know, like.
Yeah, for sure.
So when I got to court, I ain't even bring that part up. My lawyer had already had in her possession a card signed by the mayor.
And this is before trial.
Signed by the police.
During the case. During the case. Oh my God.
She pulled out a card. The defense never even knew nothing about it. She just slammed it on him. Like, here go his security permit right here. His security license right here.
This nigga had Angela Valdez on the team going hard.
I'm telling you, man. That's why you always treat people nice, though. You always be kind to people. Like, no, for
sure,
real. Like,
real kind to her. Yeah, no. Real kind.
No, but you just
for sure.
Communicate, use your connections, network. You know. Because there's so many doors that can open for you, and so many people that you never know who's looking after you.
For sure.
You never know who's just watching you. You got to walk in faith.
Yeah.
I'm not a rich man, bro. You know what I mean? I don't.
You're a very rich man. You're a very rich man.
I'm a rich man in spirit and in family.
Right.
That kind of riches, what Bob Marley say, I don't have that kind of riches. I got.
Was worth $52 million. That nigga. But for sure.
No, but. No.
So question before we move past this, right?
All right.
Just for the people who are thinking what I'm thinking as you're explaining.
Yeah.
What was the end result? It just was case closed, dropped?
Case closed, dropped. Yeah, the case was dropped. I just got the case sealed.
Like,
in February.
Never bring this don't bring this shit up again.
Don't bring it up again.
In 50 years, when we're using laser guns, you're going to need the license.
It is sealed. It is sealed.
Yeah.
And to this day, DC has denied me for my concealed carry permit.
Because of it?
Because of this case.
But it's sealed now,
it's
so
sealed now.
Again.
So they can't deny me now.
That's hard. That's hard.
So when I'm in DC, I'm in and out,
I think that if it was anyone else who went through what you went through in that situation, one, they wouldn't have understood why their mind told them to do it. They wouldn't have realized they were being a vessel. But then also, it wouldn't have ended the way it did. Because that sounds like an anomaly case.
I say that all the time.
Yeah, that's an anomaly case.
Average young black man would have got cooked.
Cooked?
Because for one, all right, the lawyer, oh my God. At that time I had stocks and bonds and stuff that I put up for my children. I had to liquidate everything. I liquidated everything.
I love that word.
I had to use, I had to reach out to people that I didn't want to reach out to, because I had to get all hands on deck.
For sure.
To come up with the money for that particular case.
No, for sure,
So I started over there.
But you also knew, like for example, if someone's out and they're selling a certain thing that ain't weed, and they know eventually it's gonna go down, then they get caught in a bar fight and they accidentally stab the person.
Yeah.
When they're sitting there fighting that 10-15, they know this is happening because I'm doing this.
Yeah.
So it's like I kind of deserve this shit anyway. So when you're going through those motions, you know, damn, I didn't even have to jump in this shit. However, I jumped in it for like my gut feeling, and I knew it was the right thing to do.
Yeah.
So it's not like you were going through that situation like, man, I deserve this shit anyway, bro. You're going through that situation like almost like blind faith.
Yeah.
It's like, you know what, I'm not going to run. I'm going to tell the truth. I'm going to present myself when they ask for me because I know worst case scenario, I haven't been doing something I need to pay for.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, for
And
sure.
And plus I already secured my lawyer.
Yeah,
I was ready to fight. You know, I was ready to fight. I've been, you know, I'm a fighter,
for sure,
bro.
For sure, yeah.
So,
Please don't get into too much. This isn't Vlad, bro.
Yeah.
I don't want that to happen.
Yeah,
Don't go, my man's Jimmy the one to get my first burner.
No.
Don't do none of that,
My stuff is sealed, man.
Yeah,
you know?
no, for sure. So, okay, so I was watching one of your previous podcasts from like a year ago, and the guy asked you, like, what's your goal moving forward? What's your purpose? And your response to him was you want to be able to have a gun show, an annual gun show, and you want to have enough, I believe you might have said you want to have enough.
I don't know if that's right. You know, I've been having annual gun shows for 5 years now.
Then what was it the land? Okay, let me just re-ask the question.
Right.
What's the long-term goal? Because I could have sworn that's what I heard. It was like, you know, eventually I want to be able to do annual gun shows on a huge plot of land and then just do that for the people.
Okay, I got what you're saying. Huge plot of land for a training compound.
Okay.
For school, for a training compound. You know, that's something that we've been working on for a little while. We had one in Waldorf. It got shut down. The government actually shut us down.
Right.
Then we moved to Fredericksburg.
Whoa, don't slide past that. Why did they shut you guys down?
They don't let me get to talk yapping, because I'm gonna tell you it's a racist town.
No,
I'm gonna tell you right now.
I'm
gonna tell you right now. Okay, all right, there we go. All right, Charles County. Everybody shoots in Charles County.
Yeah.
Everybody.
Right.
All right. You know, and it is in this particular town in Welcome, Maryland, is predominantly rednecks. And that's just what it is. The neighbors are majority
not all rednecks
rednecks.
Are racist.
You know,
not all rednecks are racist.
Not all rednecks are racist. I'm not saying they're racist.
Okay.
I'm not saying all of them are racist. Right. But a large proportion of them are racist, and they was consistently calling the police when they're shooting and doing the same exact thing.
They just uncomfortable that you're doing it. They can't fathom that you're doing the same thing they're doing.
They can. I'm telling you. And then when I say this, it sounds crazy, but I like that gut feeling. I know.
No, like, for sure.
For one, you guys are doing the exact same thing that we're doing. So what is the issue? What is the issue? Is it because we follow all the rules in Charles County when you comes to shooting on your property, you know, with the noise ordinance and you know we do a cutoff time, you know, when we shoot. So what is the issue? It's not illegal to shoot on your own property, on your private property in Charles County, but they literally started making up laws just for me.
Yeah.
They did that in Charles County.
No, I believe that because the type of stuff that you're doing, and there's a question about, I'll save that. The type of stuff you're doing, I know it's within the lines, but if you're in that environment, there's no way they'll agree with it because they don't understand how it could be within the lines. They
believe that we are. I read something. They consider me a black militia. You know. And that's not true. You know, we welcome all walks of life.
If you look at the black militia that they accept, they're being used by political parties to like keep that narrative going. If black men are organized with firearms, it's because they're coming to kill us. But like you have to think, the Black Panther Party was the first one when we were armed, organized, and we had the capital and we had the property and we were ready to go. All we were doing was protecting ours from them. We didn't want nothing from them.
Yep. And we try to implement a lot of those bring back a lot of those services the Black Panthers did. You know, it's not all about protecting us. Yes, we absolutely, that's what we push is unity and being armed, being trained. But we go out, feed the homeless, we feed our community, we go out to these schools. I'm in the schools once every 2 weeks, you know. I'm in somebody's school talking to the kids, you know. And I'm a known gun enthusiast.
I'm about to say, you're a social media person now.
Yeah,
you're going to those schools to keep the mission going that's in your heart.
Yeah,
but I think you should get more face tats, bro. Because when you go into them schools, they're gonna listen harder. You big with the dread, so you're there.
you know
but
what?
So is their uncle played for NFL, so it's like
it's funny you say that because honestly, I don't water myself down for nobody. And this is who they can relate to.
Yeah,
they know that when someone's being genuine and someone you ain't never been in my shoes,
right?
You know what I'm saying? So there's a language barrier there to a lot of the outsiders that's come and try to talk to the kids. You know, when I talk to the kids, it's different. Like, all right, we respect man. We respect each other. Because at the same time, like, all right, I fucked you up. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's just what it is. Like, we from that same what do I want to say?
Level of understanding.
Level of understanding.
I'm honored to be able to have this conversation with you, and I'm glad that it's happening now. Yeah. Instead of before when we met at Bob's show. Yeah. But me and Bob, how we became friends, and then how he got his success. There's so many things that have proven to me that none of this journey is in my control, because everyone's going to be put in place on purpose, right? There's a reason why me and Mr. Jones didn't meet. Yeah. Back then, we'd both be sharing it would have been bad, right? But now that we have mastered ourselves, we reunite, and I kind of just want to bring him on to give him the opportunity to ask you the questions that I didn't know I needed to ask, because he's doing the same thing you're doing in a way where it's like, I'm doing this anyway because I had my turning point and this is my purpose, and I see this guy over here that's inspiring me to keep going. Yeah. So I just want to say thank you for coming on the show. Thank you for talking to me.
No, man. Thank you, man. Thank you, brother.
No, for sure. And we were supposed to do this before. Something came up. We had to reschedule. He said I owed you one. And this, thank you for just being exactly who I would assumed you were behind the character.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because I don't think you're walking down the stairs with a fucking bazooka every day. You know what I'm saying?
No, man.
Yeah. So, Instructor Jones, if you want to come on.
Yeah, come on,
Instructor Jones. And just close out the interview with the educated opinion. I'll let you guys do your thing. Don't shoot no more. We in here.
What's up, MJ? What's up, my brother?
Man, just ask you a couple questions. I ain't gonna do too much.
All right, bet.
Being from, you say you from DC, right?
Yeah, from DC, the DMV.
All right, being from the DMV, growing up in the way that you did, what would you tell the younger you?
I would tell them they ain't worth it, you know, because I got into a lot of wars I didn't need to get into, and it was something so petty, you know, and it caused me and my mama, a lot of heartbreak, cost a lot of money, you know, and they ain't worth your time or your freedom, you know, they just not worth it. So take it on the chin, take the disrespect, you know, and move on, walk away, move on. Because I know what you're capable of. And you don't got nothing to prove to nobody. I feel like my ego caused a lot of damage growing up, for sure.
Yeah. All right, that's a good answer. Also, what would you, being one of the lead people in this 2A world, in this Second Amendment world, what would you tell the black enthusiast or the black instructor when it comes to butting heads with people that look like him? What would you tell them?
Have some empathy. You know, how can we preach unity and you letting something so small or probably nothing at all causing you to have conflict with a brother that's just trying to do the same thing that you're doing or push the same message as you. So, yeah, empathy would be the word on that.
All right. Well, with that being said, I'm stop being so goddamn deep. What's your favorite gun, sir?
Oh, I don't got no favorite gun. All of them, man. But if I was going to war, it would be an AK-47, iron sights with my 60 round magazine for sure.
Do you prefer red dot or do you prefer iron sights? That just iron sights?
I'm iron sights. I love iron sights. Yeah. Red dot, I just don't trust it. You know, iron sights. You don't ever got to worry about the battery going dead. You don't ever got to worry about it fading. You know, look, AI could hit a sweep all throughout the country. You know, cutting everything off. And them iron sights would be there. They drop it in the water, drop it in the snow, and it's still gonna be functional. So I trust the iron sights with my life before a red dot any day.
Iron sights save lives. You hear me?
Yeah.
Just like thick thighs. You know what I mean?
For real.
Lord Jesus.
For sure.
Yes, sir. I just want to thank you for doing everything that you're doing in the 2A world. All right.
Thank you, bro. Thank you for supporting everything I've been doing. You know.
Of course. That's all I want to say, bro. I ain't gonna wrap you up. I just want to thank you. Like, end of the day, again, you're giving a lot of people gas on what you do. Yeah. And, you know, keep leading the way. That's all I can really tell you, bro.
I really appreciate that, MJ. Since day one, since we locked in, bro, you've been nothing but supportive, bro.
Already.
You know, and anything I could do to support you, just a conversation.
Already.
You know what I mean?
You already know how it go. And this concludes another episode of Nothing But the Truth, shorty. Yeah.
There you go. There you go.